How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into 14P Fantasy. Today, we are talking Michael Carter's fantasy value. And obviously, we have to have this conversation following the Week 8 explosion of 32 points. And really, we have to ask now, is he an RB1 moving forward? Is he an RB2? Is he still just a flex play? What does this mean? Is it because Zach Wilson's out? How do we approach him now? So let's just throw up his numbers. The last 4 games, that's really where this breakout has taken hold. He has seen 50% of snaps or played 50% of snaps each of the last 4 games. The first 3 games, he did not eclipse that mark once. And then once he hit 50% of snaps, he has scored 10 points, 14, 16, and then finally last week, 32 points. And he was the overall RB1. So what does this mean? In reality, a lot of this has to do with Mike White at quarterback. He has shown he is much more willing to check the ball down than Zach Wilson ever was. The last 2 weeks, he has seen 23 targets. That is just ridiculously stupid. I mean, that would make him a target leader just at the wide receiver position. Mike White doesn't like to push the ball down the field. He had an average depth of target of under 5 yards in that win against the Bengals. So clearly he has been a huge bump to Michael Carter. And, that coincides with the bye week or post bye week where he has played 70% of snaps, both games, the only time he's done that this season. So as long as Mike White is there, Michael White is there, Michael Carter is a locked and loaded mid-level RB2. Because, if you can expect a guy to see 5+ targets even, that floor alone instantly makes them a valuable weekly play. Think a J.D. McKissick and Nyheim Hines. But then you add in the rushing work, a guy that has now seen 20+ opportunities each of the last 2 games. And you enter, the lightest version of Alvin Kamara. A target hog, a volume hog, a guy you want to get the ball and you want to play. So Michael Carter right now is an RB2. There's no other way around it. I'm not going to put him at an RB1 because he's on the Jets and it's going to get weird. We all know that. When Zach Wilson comes back is where this gets really, really difficult. I still believe Michael Carter is an RB2 with Zach Wilson. Do I think he's a top 16 guy? No. He's probably more closer to RB22, RB20. But he's the RB1 there now. He has fully taken that job. Ty Johnson, Tevin Coleman are utterly irrelevant. Anytime a running back's playing 70% of snaps, he has to be in your lineup just because he's going to touch the ball. So Michael Carter, I want him rest of season over guys like Zach Moss, Myles Gaskin. Let me throw out some others here. James Conner, guys like that are right at the end of RB2 conversations. I want Michael Carter firmly ahead of all of them. And he could far exceed that, if Zach Wilson now realizes, wait a minute, I'm actually allowed to check the ball down. That's the huge issue is if Zach Wilson comes back in and just starts airing it out and throwing a crap ton of interceptions and tanking the offense, then Michael Carter's value is going to dip. But we don't know what that looks like. So for now, let's just ride the wave with Mike White and hope Zach Wilson realizes the talent he has in the backfield of Michael Carter. And, the playoff schedule, it's not ideal end of season. But again, he has the rushing floor or the receiving floor to really make himself a threat the rest of the fantasy season as long as he's utilized that way. All right, guys, that is all I have. That is how we answer. What is Michael Carter's new fantasy value? If you have any other questions, Michael Carter related or not, drop them below. We'll answer as many as we can throughout the week. And as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.